Before winter, the world was easy, warm, reliable. Food never ran out. Nothing died unless the gods willed it. Demeter, goddess of the harvest, kept it all growing. And at the center of her world was Persephone, her only daughter, pure, untouched, a virgin goddess so fiercely protected, no one dared go near her without permission, not even the Olympians. One day, Persephone was in the fields of Nyssa, her usual spot. Gods would visit her often, Apollo with promises, Hermes with flattery, but she turned them all down. Then she saw it, a single golden flower blooming alone in the grass. Too perfect, too still, she reached for it. Suddenly, the ground tore open beneath her. A chariot black as coal shot up from the crack, pulled by 4 horses with glowing eyes. Behind the reins was Hades, king of the Underworld. She screamed, she ran, it didn't matter. Hades grabbed her by the waist, dragged her into the chariot, and vanished into the earth. The ground sealed shut behind them. In the fields of Nyssa, the flowers kept swaying like nothing had happened. But Demeter felt it. One moment she could feel Persephone's presence, and the next she was just gone. Not dead, just missing, like something had ripped her out of existence. She screamed her daughter's name into the wind, but there was no answer. Then she heard a voice. Out of the trees stepped Hecate, goddess of crossroads and magic.
Did you see what happened?
I heard her. Laughter, then a scream, then silence. Whatever took her came from deep below. I'll help you find her.
The 2 goddesses scoured the earth. Caves, mountains, oceans. Nothing. Eventually, they looked up. Only one god watches everything beneath the sky. Helios. From his chariot in the sun, Helios had seen it all.
Tell me, what did you see?
It was Hades. He came up from the underworld, took her, and then dragged her below. I couldn't stop him.
And you just watched?
If I step down from the sky, the world dies. But yes, I watched.
Furious, Demeter flew straight to Olympus. Zeus was seated on his throne.
You knew?
I did.
And you let your brother take her?
He's a king. You wanted a queen. It's my right to offer her hand in marriage.
She is not a pawn.
It is done.
Furious, Demeter turned away and left Olympus, and so did the harvest. She took the form of an old woman, cloaked and hollow-eyed. She wandered, silent, watching the world fall apart behind her. No one recognized her, not even the other gods. Eventually, she reached Eleusis and sat alone by the Parthenian well, beneath the only green tree in sight. That's where the daughters of King Celeus found her.
Do you need help?
Just shelter, and work if there's any.
They brought her to the palace. Queen Metanera had a newborn and 4 daughters of her own. She needed help. She offered the strange woman food, pay, and a place to sleep, in exchange for one thing.
Watch my baby. His name is Demeter.
Demeter accepted. She fed the child, rocked him, protected him. At night, when the family fell asleep, she would give him ambrosia, the food of the gods. She whispered old magic into his ear. Then she laid him in the fire to burn away what made him human. It was working. He was growing fast, becoming strong. And for the first time since Persephone's abduction, Demeter felt good. Not whole, but not empty either. Then, one night, Metanera and Celeus walked in early and saw their child in the fire. Metanera screamed in a panic.
What are you doing to my baby? I'll kill you!
In a burst of blinding light, the old woman vanished, and in her place stood Demeter, radiant and terrible.
You fools, I am the goddess Demeter, and I was making your son immortal, but now he will die like the rest of you.
King Celeus and Metanera dropped to their knees. The rest of the household followed. But it was too late. Demeter left them, and the world kept dying. Far beneath the surface, Persephone opened her eyes. She was given a massive room carved from obsidian. At the center, a long table, set with silver dishes. As time passed, Persephone wandered the halls. She spoke to no one, ate nothing. Then, one day, Hades returned.
You won't last long without food.
Is that a threat?
A fact.
Hades never demanded anything of Persephone, never touched her.
Why me?
Because you were alone. Because I could.
After that, he started visiting her more often, always alone, always quiet. Sometimes he spoke, most times he just watched.
Do you miss the sun?
I miss being seen.
She never asked him to stay, but she stopped walking away when he came. One night, she found a book by the fire, old, worn, waiting. When he entered, she met his eyes.
You read?
Of course.
He sat across from her. They didn't speak again, but for the first time, the silence didn't feel like punishment. The next evening, there were more books and another chair. They sat there, reading, together, without speaking a word. The underworld stretched far beyond her chamber, stone corridors, whispering rivers, nameless souls. One day, he took her to the river Styx and let her stand at its edge. The water didn't ripple. The wind didn't move. He showed her the asphodel fields. Pale spirits drifted in silence, staring at nothing.
They don't remember who they were. The river strips that away.
Why let them wander?
Because that's all that's left for them to do.
Some days the two walked in silence. Other days, they argued. About the gods, about fate, whether mortals deserved to be remembered at all. One night, Persephone couldn't sleep, so she wandered the palace alone, until she found him in the throne room, sitting in the dark. No crown, no armor, just a man, still as stone.
You hate it here.
Wouldn't you?
I did, at first.
Then why stay?
Someone has to tend to the dead.
She didn't respond. She just looked at him, not as a god, but as something worn down and deeply alone. The next morning, she knelt by the window and touched the stone floor. Just once. By evening, a sprout had appeared, small, green, and alive. Within hours, it spread. Moss crept across the walls. Tiny blossoms opened where no light touched. Her power, quiet and stubborn, had followed her to the underworld. Night after night, she worked in silence, guiding vines up the cold pillars, letting color take root in the black. One evening, she noticed him, standing in the doorway, watching.
If I'm going to be here, I need something that's mine.
Then let it grow.
Weeks passed this way. Then, one morning, she woke up and noticed a pomegranate had been placed in her table, whole, red, sitting in the center waiting for her. She didn't touch it, but every day it waited, ripe, sweet, alive. She didn't know why it was there, not yet, but the underworld doesn't offer anything without cost. Above ground, the world was dying. No rain, no crops, no warmth. Entire cities collapsed. Fires burned out, people starved in their homes. The temples were silent, no prayers, no offerings. The gods began to fade. Even Zeus began to worry. He called for Demeter, but she didn't answer. He sent other gods for help, but she refused to see them as well. Without her, the world would rot. Finally, Zeus gave in. He sent Hermes, the messenger god, to go where no god dared tread without permission, the underworld. Hermes flew down past the Styx, past the gate, past Cerberus. He found Hades in his throne room, sitting alone in the dark.
Your brother commands you to release her.
Why? She's mine now.
The world is falling apart.
You Olympians really ought to learn how to control your own.
This isn't a request.
Fine. Shame, really. She was starting to grow on me.
Hades walked the long corridor to her room.
Your father wants you back.
Am I free?
You're leaving. That's all that matters.
As she stepped toward the door, Hades turned his head and spotted the silver plate on the table. The pomegranate was still there, mostly untouched, but clearly she'd taken a few bites. He said nothing, just smiled and let her go. Hermes met them at the gates. He stepped toward her, hand outstretched, but Persephone pulled back.
I'm here to take you home.
She hesitated, then gave a small nod and let him carry her up, through the cracks in the earth. When they emerged, the sky was gray. The land was brittle. The fields where the flowers once grew were nothing but cracked soil and wind. And then, over the ridge, Demeter appeared. The two met in silence. Demeter wrapped her arms around Persephone like she would never let go again.
I thought I'd lost you forever.
You almost did.
But as they stood there in each other's arms, Demeter caught a familiar scent on her daughter's breath. Sweet, bitter, unmistakable.
Did you eat something?
A little. Just some fruit. I was starving.
Demeter pulled away. Her face went pale.
Then you're not free.
At the top of Mount Olympus, Zeus was waiting, impatient and worn thin. The world was dying. Mortals were starving. Sacrifices had stopped.
This can't go on. She's back. Let's move forward.
She ate in the underworld.
What?
A pomegranate. 4 seeds.
From the shadows, Hades stepped forward.
She chose to eat. That choice has consequence.
You stole her!
She was given.
Enough!
And so, Zeus made a compromise.
4 seeds. 4 months.
That's fair. Demeter, your daughter is more powerful than you realize. You have my word. She'll be treated with the dignity her station demands.
You'll treat her like a queen, or you'll answer to me.
And me.
Each year, Persephone would spend 4 months in the underworld, 1 for each seed she'd eaten. The rest of the year, she was free. And so, winter was born. In time, mortals learned the pattern. The world would grow cold in winter, then warm again in spring. Persephone would vanish, then return. But she was never again the innocent goddess from the start of her journey. Eventually, the darkness of the underworld no longer felt foreign to Persephone. Each spring, Hades waited. Eventually, the two fell in love and ruled the underworld together, as equals. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.